Alright, we're back. Not with Metroid Zero Mission, but with Metroid 4. Sequel to Super Metroid. And before Other M came out, I wouldn't say controversial, but like the most, I don't know. Pick file C. I've been assigned to watch over biologics research's team. So I once again found myself on the surface of SR-388. If only there was an SR-388 game that I could play like that. Oh well. I gotta play Metroid Dread on here at some point. I've already beaten it. I've 100%ed it 3 times. It was there that I was attacked by a life form I had never encountered before. It was only later that I learned the identity of my attacker, the parasitic organism we now know as X. I do love Metroid Dread. Unaware of my condition, I was returning to the station when disaster struck. Once the X had infested my central nervous system, I lost consciousness, and my ship drifted into an asteroid belt. The ship's emergency systems automatically ejected the escape pod before impact. Biologics vessel recovered it and transported me to Galactic Federation HQ. However, during the journey, the X multiplied within me, corrupting large areas of my power suit. It then came to light that the organic components of my power suit had become so integrated with my system that it could not be removed while I was unconscious. Large portions of my suit had to be surgically removed, dramatically altering my physical appearance. However, the X in my central nervous system were too embedded to be removed safely. I was given a minimal chance of survival. Then someone found a cure. They proposed using a Metroid cell to make an anti-X vaccine. It seems that the Federation had managed to preserve a cell culture from the last infant Metroid from SR-388. The serum was prepared and injected without delay. The X parasites were immediately and completely destroyed. As for me, one life ended, yet I survived, reborn as something different. Pondering this fact, I realize I owe the Metroid hatchling my life twice over. We'll soon be arriving at the BSL research station. I must prepare for docking. The ship's computer has notified me of our approach to the Biologic Space Labs, or BSL research station, During my surgery, the research team sent the last batch of creatures we captured there, as well as the infected pieces of my power suit. After regaining consciousness, I learned that an unexplained explosion rocked the station. For some reason, this awoke a nameless fear in my heart, and now I am being sent there to investigate. My mission on the BSL station will be overseen by my new ship's computer. Following the commands of this blunt, computerized CO is something I have to bear, as it was a condition of my taking the ship. For someone who dislikes taking orders, this is the second time I've found myself having to do so. It makes me recall my other CO. There's been an explosion in the quarantine bay. The bay currently stores capsules containing recent samples from SR-388, as well as parts of your suit infected by the X parasites. The cause of the explosion is as yet unclear. Investigate. The quarantine bay is here. Move quickly and quietly. You are still unable to use most of your latent abilities. Don't forget that, Samus. Stop at the navigation room on the way. Uplink from there. Is your objective clear? Yes. Now go to the quarantine bay. Try and beat this one in one session too. I do want to play Metroid Dread. I love that game. No need for a stupid long beam. So this game is very linear, which I think works in its favor. The quarantine bay is ahead. Biosigns are confirmed. Be careful. That was quick. This is unfortunate news. The specimens brought back by the field team were infected by the parasites. The X can mimic its prey, and any specimen could have hosted it. Before the explosion, a security sensor scanned one. The gelatinous X parasites invade and rapidly reproduce, killing the host creature. They also absorb DNA and use it to mimic the host. You were almost killed by an X infection. Only the Metroid vaccine saved your life. It seems Metroids were the main predators of the X. That's why the vaccine worked so quickly and so well, but it has also changed your cellular makeup. You will never be infected by X again. In fact, you can now absorb any free-floating X parasites without a host by merely touching them. This will allow you to replenish health and restore weapons. You may also restore latent abilities this way, so pursue free X parasites whenever you possibly can. This station is home to many species, some violent ones. You must keep the X out of the breeding environments at all costs. This is vital, Samus. I am already detecting massive biosigns in this region. The X are gathering. This may be our chance to exterminate them, but you are only at 10% battle capacity. Your chance of survival is extremely low. The Federation needs you alive and on duty, Samus. Is your objective clear? Yes. Now get going. I have released the lock on level 0 hatches. Look for the blinking hatches. I have received news from HQ. They can support you with downloadable weapons data. Once you have this data, you'll be able to use missiles. This will help against some enemies your beam can't hurt. Head to the data room for the download. The data room is here. Is your objective clear? Yes. With missiles, your chance of survival climbs to 20%. Which then begs the question, once I get all my other abilities, you get like 20 abilities over the course of this. Maybe not 20. Well, no, 20. I can say 20. The computer reminds me of a gruff Federation CO I served under, named Adam Malkovich. He called me Lady on missions, for anyone else who would have sounded sarcastic, but Adam made it sound dignified. Out of respect and with some irony, I named the computer after him. Speaking of Adam, I enjoyed Other M. Purely from a gameplay perspective. I'm well aware that the plot is a highly debated topic. Missile data downloaded. Hold R and press B. Concerning the fact that this was, I would argue, the most not controversy, but like, electrical interference has knocked out the elevators on the main deck. This may be related to the X. I'll work on it. As for you, try to find another way to the target. It's located here. I'm reading huge biosigns, so I hope your missiles work. To reload missiles, you can use a recharge room or absorb a special type of X parasite. You'll see them. Try it out. Is your objective clear? Yes. Missiles are your only hope. Don't hesitate to use them. Now find a way to the target. But, this game was, I would argue, because of its linearity, it was said to be the most controversial. I keep saying controversy, it's not quite controversy. But, you know, it's linear. But you know, because it is linear. But then Other M came along, and then it gained the title of most controversial. You definitely want as many missiles as you can. Pick that up. This ain't a low percent run. This is an X parasite. There's two types of core X. This is Arachnus. He guarded the spider bomb in Metroid 2. I kind of also want to play AM2R, but I just don't feel like playing that game. Like, I love that game. I just don't. I think that's a reference to Metroid 2. Or maybe he guarded the Various suit. I can't remember. Because that was a similar thing to where you get the Various suit. This game, I feel like I'll be able to do a lot better than Zero Mission. Less goof-ups, because I know it, and it's more linear. I'll save every time I hit a new floor. I'm not gonna hit every save room. But also, you'll notice that Samus is not as, beefy. Not beefy. Tanky as she was before. Samus, it's as I feared. The breeding environments have been invaded by X parasites. Sector 1 SRX shows several abnormalities on biosensors. Sector 1 is a simulation of the SR388 ecosystem. To get there, take the main elevator to the access shaft and use elevator 1. Is your objective clear? Yes. Use the navigation room just inside for further briefing. I'm not sure, but I think whoever allowed the X into the environment may also be linked to the earlier explosion. Oof, it's cold. So because I now have Metroid DNA, I cannot go into the cold. Whoa. On the elevator. I'm low. Sheesh. So how come my super missiles don't do that? The main elevator leading to the access shaft has been severely damaged. It will be totally unusable for some time, unfortunately. Some unknown agent is at work. Something very powerful, certainly not human. I'll report when I know more. Now listen closely. The X in Sector 1 have invaded the atmospheric stabilizers. They must want to alter the environment to their needs. They are already reproducing. Clear all 5 atmospheric stabilizers to stop them. Is your objective clear? Yes. Now get moving. Holy God. Atmospheric stabilizer online. 4 units to malfunction. Energy tank acquired. like Samus can't take the damage that she took before. This is a busy. Atmospheric stabilizer online. One unit still malfunctioning. Oh, yo, I just got a red one. Sweet. I love this game. This was... I bought, like, I had Zero Mission for years, and then when I got a Wii, I, in one fell swoop, grabbed Metroid 2, physical cartridge, Fusion physical cartridge, and then Super Metroid on the... Oh my god. And I played them in order. Metroid 2 was one, Ah, Chozo statue. Heck, oh god. So this is the other type of Core X. So usually you get these with beam upgrades. And they shoot the beam that they give. So that one shot this beam. Charge beam ability recovered. Press and hold B to charge. So see, my beam looks different. I can now charge it. This game is very interesting because it gives you a certain beam before another. I find that very interesting. So my beam is actually a little bit stronger now. This game, I do enjoy this game. This Super Metroid is my favorite by a long shot, because it's just... Oh, watch this. Now, all stabilizers online. Atmospheric levels equalized. You can just do that instead of having to run all the way around here. Back to the navigation this way. So now we just head back to the navigation room. It's a very simple level process. You know, you just get your mission, run through an area, and then, you know, kill stuff, and then run back through. I have gotten 100% on this, but I'm not doing that here. I don't have the time for that. I wish they had combined these, but... Atmospheric stabilizers online, but many X have already made it to other sectors, it seems. In particular, Sector 2, Tro. The tropical habitat shows abnormalities. I suspect the X entered this sector with the help of our unseen saboteur. He or it, or she. Let's be progressive here. Maybe in Tro now. Samus, get over there. We need to put an end to this. Come to put an end to this. Is your objective clear? Yes. Start moving. I'll brief you at the Tro navigation room. As I listened to the briefing, my thoughts turned to Adam. The real Adam understood me well. He would end orders by saying, "Any objections, lady?" He knew I wouldn't disagree. This was just his way of noting our trust. I wonder if I can trust this computer, too. I have learned the identity of our mystery saboteur. Samus, it's an X mimicking you. I have named it the SAX. I believe the SAX come from the capsule containing your infected suit parts. It used a power bomb to escape the quarantine bay. That explosion breached the capsules containing all the X that started this disaster. But the SAX is definitely our biggest worry right now. The SAX is mimicking you at full power. You can't face it. If you see the SAX, just run. Don't think about fighting. You are still very vulnerable to cold, an unexpected side effect of the Metroid vaccine. Like Metroids, you can be frozen by an ice beam. Of course, the SAX is armed with the ice beam. Stay away. If you see it, just run. HQ says they have bomb data ready in the data room. Bombs will help you find a way out if the SAX traps you. The data room is here, but it's sealed by a level 1 hatch. You'll have to find the security room and release the level 1 locks, but per safety protocols it's not marked on the map. You'll have to find it on your own somehow, Samus. So first find the security room and unlock level 1 hatches, and then go to the data room and get that bomb data. Is your objective clear? Yes. Keep an eye out for the SAX. Security level 1 unlocked. Blue hatch is now active. I do enjoy this game. It's very fun. I've beaten Zero Mission more, but it's because I've had it longer. Download. Morph to a ball and press B. Bomb jumping is much harder in this game. The door is destroyed. Oh, shoot. Shoot. I feel like I'll be coming back here later. I wonder what item that is. High jump and jump ball abilities recovered. Hoya! That thing is a cocoon now. They're all cocoons. That's a little concerning. It's like a cocoon. That's just as disturbing. Samus, we've got trouble. Releasing the security lock may have been a bad idea. The SAX has invaded the water environment in Sector 4, Akka, with several thousand X. With the blue hatches active, the SAX slipped in easily. The creatures and systems in Sector 4 are already showing multiple irregularities. I'm currently investigating. I'll brief you in the navigation room when you arrive. Is your objective clear? Yes. Now head for Sector 4. My goal is to beat this one under 2 hours as well. The SAX, an enemy with my strongest abilities. But does it have reason? Probably not. It's just a killing machine. In my current state, I can't face it head on. The SX is mean, only heartless. I must stop it before it learns its potential and threatens the universe. This sector has taken more damage than expected. I knew the X were powerful and destructive, but still, this seems to be purposeful. We certainly can't rule out the possibility that the SAX has a high degree of intelligence. I find the X fascinating, especially this SAX. But I digress. This sector is home to a very large creature the researchers called Samus. It is capable of moving and attacking at ultra-high speed. The more senseless and widespread destruction here may be attributable to Samus. No doubt the SAX released it, but I can't be sure why yet. Samus has transferred off to the breeding tank here. Its natural behavior must be to go back to it periodically. It's a valuable specimen, but you have been authorized to terminate it. If you don't, it may invade other sectors. Is your objective clear? Yes. While you're moving, be careful. Some broken power nodes have electrified the water, and we can't cut the power. Doing so would affect the whole station adversely. If you touch the water, you'll be electrocuted. Conserve energy as you go. Crap. God dang it. Speed booster power gain. Run until speed boost begins. Ha. So that affects the water level. So now Whew. So Samus had been infected by the X2. Well, as a result, you recovered another ability. At this rate, you may be able to face the SAX yet, but that's still a ways off. Perhaps the very end of the game. HQ has more support data. This time it's missile upgrade data. You desperately need this, but the data room here is sealed with a level 4 lock, the highest security level. Let's avoid opening sensitive areas unless it's necessary. Also, the route to the data room in Sector 2 is blocked by still more SAX activity. I note a deliberate activity pattern as if it is blocking your recovery intentionally. Samus, it looks like your best option for this download is in Sector 3 Pyre. You will find the Pyre data room on your map after using a navigation room there. Is your objective clear? Yes. Now head for Sector 3 Pyre. Thankfully, the X have not invaded this area yet. The data room here is sealed by another security hatch. In order to download, you must find the security room here and activate level 2 hatches. This may allow the SAX and the X parasites into the area, but we are left with no choice. Your recovery is our main goal. The data room is here. As I explained, security rooms can be shown on the map. Be careful, Samus. You will see very violent organisms here, and avoid the ultra-heated areas. Your suit can't take such high temperatures yet, but we're working on it. Level 2 hatches are green. Release the lock and proceed to the data room for download. Super missile data is ready. Your firepower will triple. Is your objective clear? Yes. First activate green hatches, then go to the data room. There are no ultra-heated areas on this route, so turn back if you enter one. Security level 2 unlocked. Green hatch is now active. Perfect. Possibly the SAX. Super missile data downloaded. Hold R and press B. Something's broken. Wow. Looks like I can't go back that way. Oh god. It's very interesting how this robot, as you attack it more, its coding begins to open. It's got a brain, like mother brain. Can't destroy it. Oh, thank God. I see that you encountered a rogue security robot. You may destroy it if you meet it again. Your safety is vital. But as to your brief, level 2 security locks are released, so sectors 5 and 6 are open. That means those sectors have likely been infiltrated by X. They are much harder to stop than we initially suspected. Sector 5 Arc is sub-zero. You are still susceptible to cold from the vaccine's side effects. so you'll take damage if you even set foot inside there. Avoid Sector 5 for now, but in the meantime, HQ is working on data to adjust your suit for extreme temperatures. Once we have the transmission, you can download it, but the X have destroyed all the data rooms you have used so far. I no longer doubt their capacity for critical thought. You'll have to use the data room in the night habitat, Sector 6 Knock. Go to Sector 6 and access a navigation room there. Is your objective clear? Yes. Tread lightly, Samus. You are the only one who can do this, and the X may be much more dangerous than we know.
Does Samus suspect anything?
No, I do not think so.
Good. Monitor her closely.
Affirmative. Out. The various suit data is here from HQ, ready to download. Get moving to a data room, but there's a problem. X from the Sub-Zero sector are in Sector 6 Knock, and they've been changed by the cold. If you absorb one, you'll be frozen from within. This seems like a deliberate tactic. Once you download the various suit modification, you'll be out of danger. Just be extremely careful until then. The Knock data room is here. Remember, avoid the blue X. Use your beam to stun them in order to get by. Is your objective clear? Yes. Be careful, they are hunting you actively now, Samus. This area is very dark. Proceed with extreme caution. This is the cold S and the cold X. Shoot them to freeze them. Okay. Oh god. See ya. So now, just kill those in one shot. Various suit effect recovers. Survive extreme temperatures. So now I can absorb them. Alright. Let's go. So now... back to the navigation room. How did that X download the various suit data? This doesn't seem to make any sense at all, unless the X have the ability to process data organically. At any rate, you have the various suit data. Now you will be protected from extreme temperatures. More importantly, the SX will no longer be able to freeze you, so you can escape easier. But you're still too weak. That thing is too... Excuse me, the thing is too much for you. You currently have no way of damaging it. But my simulations indicate that a penetrating weapon, like the plasma beam, might work. Developing modification data will take HQ some time, though. There's also a chance that you may be able to restore your plasma beam by absorbing a large core X, as you did with the charge beam function. As for restoring ice beam functionality, I doubt it. Your current cellular makeup would reject that addition. Therefore, HQ has developed an ice missile upgrade. This will add a freezing effect to your missiles. It will help. Go to Sector 5 Arc for the download. Is your objective clear? Now get moving. You need to download data for the ice missile upgrade, but as you might expect, the data room here is secured. Level 3 security hatches are yellow. Release the security lock and download data as usual. And experiment with those new missiles. They will be helpful. Is your objective clear? Yes. You know what to do. Go to it. Security level 3 unlocked. Yellow hatch is now active. Ice effect energy missiles. Use it to freeze enemies. tank acquired. Look at that thing. What breaks that open? What the frick is that? There we go.
Emergency in Sector 3. Emergency in Sector 3. Emergency in Sector 3. Emergency in Sector 3.
Emergency in Sector 3 Pyre. The area could melt down soon. It seems the main boiler's cooling unit is malfunctioning. This could easily destroy the entire research station, as it would likely trigger the auto-destruct explosives. We have about 6 minutes. Hurry to Sector 3 and access the control room to the side of the main boiler room. Most of the systems in Pyre are down because of this. Again, we know who to blame. The SAX must have hacked into the system control file. What impressive intelligence. Is your objective clear? Yes. There's little time. Hurry to the control room in Sector 3.
6 minutes to main boiler explosion.
go. Rock. Wide beam ability recovered. Beam widens dramatically. Cooling unit operation. The X mimicked a crew member. It all makes sense now. The X can absorb the memories and knowledge of their prey. What an astounding find. HQ was very impressed. But don't you find it strange? This could have destroyed the station with the X in it, not to mention the SAX. Unusual for a self-preserving species of the X. Unless your presence is a great threat. A threat to the existence of X elsewhere. This is only a hypothesis. Perhaps their survival instinct is in conflict with their newly borrowed intelligence. Don't let your guard down yet. The X are still a threat. Samus, I see biosigns on the habitation deck. Survivors? The infected crewmen you saw had survived until recently. Maybe there's a chance. The signs emanate from here. Is your objective clear? Yes. I have just restored power to the main elevator. Use it to return and look for any survivors. Hey, it's the things from Super Metroid. Netacoots and Decoras. I've met these intelligent beings before. They seem to recognize me as well. How unusual to meet again here. In the past, they've helped me unleash abilities I didn't know I had. But where did they run to? I hope they're safe. So the survivors were not human. Most unfortunate. We can now confirm the deaths of all crew members. I imagine this was the case, but I had hoped it wasn't so. I believe the X only infected the humans for knowledge. That form is too weak for battle. I'm sure the others were merely food for the X. Samus, I think they're evolving, growing stronger. Some are now appearing that resist your current weapons. HQ anticipated this and sent power bomb data as soon as the hardware team finished it. Is your objective clear? Yes. Download it immediately. Our choice of data rooms is limited to this one in Sector 5 ARC. Go, now. You've been to this data room before, but I'll show you its position again. Is your objective clear? Yes. Now move out. Save data. Power bomb data downloaded. As a ball, hold R and press B. Oh wait, I can't go that way. I don't know. Can't get up there yet. Worth a shot. Oh, shoot. It's a trick to use power bombs, because then it destroys that block that's there. Sucker survived a power bomb. So the red will boost all of your equipment, health, missiles, and power bombs. What the heck is that? Just went by it again. Oh, it's going backwards, I think. Looks like a screw attack. Samus, return to your ship. I have important information. Okay, that's points for brevity. But brevity doesn't. Brevity doesn't, you know, win points. Time to go. Oh. Man, this station really does have power issues. Oh, Ridley. Frick out of here. Okay, I think he's dead. Looks like all the security hatches are locked again. Heck yeah, I see my data. The main silo of the reactor core has gone offline. That's why all elevators and systems are down. Elevators and hatches won't work. This doesn't bode well. If you can get to this point, you may be able to start the auxiliary power system. Then we can figure out why the main silo went offline. Is your objective clear? Yes. By the way, I asked you to return here to tell you some strange creatures have boarded your ship. I confirmed that they were not ex-hosts and gave them a berth. Do you know anything about these creatures? Were they the source of the healthy biosigns earlier? Very well, then. Their presence in the midst of this disaster must have some significance. I will keep them here. Ugh. Those cocoons all came with the key hunters. Those are like all the cocoons from Sector 1. Was it Sector 1? No, Sector 2. That looks like there's another boss. Oh. Thanks, buddy. I needed that. Oh, this is... So... So, like... ah. So, personally, the thing that guarded the morph ball was called dragons. But I think fish should be called dragons. It's not as tight as Super Metroid. Save rooms and recharge rooms are now back online, but with only auxiliary power, no elevators or hatches will work. Without the main silo online, we're still stuck. I believe the source of the problem is the vegetation you saw earlier, choking the reactor core components. Is your objective clear? Yes. We'll have to find the source of the roots to proceed. I have so many power bombs. Shoot. Freak out of here. God dang. Well, let's try that again. What? Okay, I'm gonna skip all those.
does so much more damage. Don't escape. Just left and right. Oh my god. Space jump recovered. Okay, let's be smart. from the SAX again. Whoops. Oh. It's not this way. Wow. Wow. Okay. Things are strong. Strong. Plasma beam ability recovered. Beam now pierces enemies. So now I can absolutely slaughter everything. Like, it's crazy just how much of a difference this makes. Like, how much stronger it is. It's like it powers up back to 10. So now I've got all three of those back open. What? You've restored plasma beam functionality? Most unexpected. Even so, continue to avoid the SAX. It too may be stronger. And you still lack a few abilities crucial for survival. Wait a second. More trouble. Hold on. I've isolated the cause. There's been an explosion in the ARC data room. Samus, go to Sector 5. Is your objective clear? Yes. The damage is staggering. Find out what's causing it. It's gotten worse. The damage seems to have been caused by a creature kept here by the researchers who named it the Nightmare. Apparently it was a biomechanical organism designed for military applications. Cell? That's Actually, that's not too far off. It possesses uncommon power and can manipulate gravity. We must assume that it's become an ex-host. You have no choice. You must find it and defeat it. I can't confirm the location. Is your objective clear? Yes. This thing is out of control. Hurry before it destroys the entire station. So these guys have multiple threats. That, like, pose a threat to the entire station. And they just keep them here? This creature is destroyed the station. Sheesh, this is huge. Here you guys go. Have fun. Save complete. I'll take that. It's not quite like Cell. Sound like scenery. Gravity suit effect recovered. Move freely in water. There we go. Oh, shoot. Move away for 1 second. Let's go. Thank you. That looks like, what's its nuts from, Super Metroid. I've unlocked the security hatch. Just can't tell me what to do, computer. So much energy. So there's actually a secret. But there's a fun way to not do that.
Oh. So, essentially, you shoot that one by doing what I was doing. Diffusion. Add the missiles. Charge with R, fire with B. So, if you do that, the computer acts as if you did the Shine Spark puzzle. Weapons and energy fully restored. Oh, I'm not gonna save here. I'm gonna save in the next area. You upgraded your missiles? That's unusual. There was no word from HQ. A procedural error, I'm sure. Even so, I did not approve of your bypassing security level 4. Well, I was kind of stuck, so frick you. From now on, you will use more discretion. In any case, Samus, do you remember the security robot you faced earlier? I believe the X have infected it. That is to say, they have claimed the organic components that form its neural network. It has entered Sector 6, knock. I don't know what it's planning, but let's not wait to find out. Samus, you know what to do. Is your objective clear? Yes. To Sector 6 quickly. We're almost done. There's not a whole heck of a lot left to do. The security robot seems to have gotten much stronger. This worries me. Be careful. But we have another problem. Once you're done, leave knock immediately. The SAX is tracking you. Is your objective clear? Yes. Don't stay longer than you must. Understood? Save data. No basic enemy can stand against me. I even grab some stuff still takes huge chunks of my health. That's not ominous. Heck is over here. Oh, hey, a missile. I can't hit it from this side. Well, guess I'll have to shoot onward. Maybe I'll find something that lets me hit that later. Well, that's not ominous, but I'll take the save room.
Warning, no entry without authorization.
Here's my authorization right here.
Entry without authorization.
Just holds up her middle finger.
Without authorization.
Bounty Hunter, Samus Aran, acknowledged.
Entry without
Access
authorization.
granted.
Warning, no entry without authorization. Warning.
Okay.
Fine, water's not electric. Yeesh.
Wave beam ability recovered. This is the first Metroid game, I believe. Actually, it's one of like 3, if that, where you get the plasma beam before the wave beam.
Warning, no entry without authorization.
Missile tank
Warning,
acquired.
no entry
Yeah.
without authorization. Warning, no entry 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 without authorization.
Whoa, whoa, hold for a go, Oh my god. Let's see if that'll kill him. Larval state. Alpha. Zeta. Gamma. Freaks.
Fire
You.
alert. This sector will soon be locked down.
60 seconds to detachment of restricted
Isolation
island.
lockdown.
That's funny. They're eating it.
50 seconds to isolation lockdown.
So this is what that one weird transmission was talking about. That, chronologically, is the last time we see Metroids. Chronologically, there are actually none in Metroid Dread. Samus, you shouldn't have done that. You ignored your orders. You may have to pay a price for that quite soon. I was kind of stuck here. As you can see, the Federation has secretly been working on a Metroid breeding program. For peaceful application only, of course. Please understand. Definitely peaceful. We definitely weren't going to unleash them on several civilizations and then have them do that. But perhaps you already knew of this program's existence? Certainly you must have had doubts when you saw Sector 1, SRX, a faithful replica of the SR-388 ecosystem. Ideal for raising Alpha, Gamma, Zeta, and even Omega Metroids. Not a queen, unfortunately. Apparently there is something that is on that planet that we cannot recreate. This research even uncovered techniques for rapid growth. Imagine creating a holy god, an Omega from a larval Metroid in days. But that research is finished. The X has smelled out its natural enemy, and one of the SAX is on its way here. One? Are you saying there's more than one SAX? Don't be so surprised, Samus. You know that the X reproduces by asexual division. Because of this mechanism, there are now no fewer than 10 SAX aboard. They also reproduce through very, very graphic sexual division. I have seen pictures. It is very interesting. Would you like to see them? The station. Samus, you must go. Get out. If you stay too long, the SAX will destroy you. Stop only at a navigation room to uplink to me. I don't know how HQ is going to take this, but you need to report to them immediately. Is your objective clear? Yes. Now get going. The real Adam would have said the same thing about that incident, but he would have softened the blow. He was relentless in his criticism, but he always cared. He was not a machine obsessed with duty. No such compassion could exist in that computer. Yeah, I would take that too. This game has a crazy amount of checks to make sure you've got everything you need, which I find very interesting. I think it's very polished. For a game that's supposed to be as linear as it is. Nod to that one scene from Super Metroid. Except more annoying. Because I hated that scene in Super Metroid. Yeah, I might as well take this save room too. It's weird that they're so close, but whatever. We're gonna... So, with this boss, it's actually better to use the beam than the... Because the beams hit him several times. whereas the missiles would only hit him once. Nightmare is recommended to use missiles, but screw attack ability regained. Somersault into enemies. If I'm recording. Oof. Yeah, definitely not 3 hours. I mean, 2 hours. Oh, okay. That's a Metroid shell. Oof, that's another Metroid shell. That's another Metroid shell. That one's bigger than the one before. Not super comforting. Samus, we're done here. Leave the rest to the Federation. We should be preparing to evacuate the station. Are you joking? Do they know how dangerous the X are? How quickly they reproduce? The Federation has taken an interest in the X and SAX. They believe this life form has endless potential applications. This is ridiculous. The X are heartless abominations. What potential could they have? It is not necessary that you understand such matters. The Federation is coming now. You should just leave quietly. Try not to, I don't know, go out with a bang, like you always do. This is madness. They won't stand a chance here. This station will devour them. What could be worth the risk? Capturing the SAX, of course. Are you serious? Do they really think they can succeed? It will certainly be difficult. They don't expect your help. They knew you would try to destroy the SAX. That's why they stopped sending you support data. The plasma beam modification was ready some time ago, but they withheld it to keep you from engaging the SAX. Yet somehow you restored that function on your own. They also tried to withhold the diffusion missile upgrade, because they didn't want you to grow too powerful, but they had already sent it and you tracked it down. Bravo, Samus. They must cancel the mission. Open a channel to HQ. I won't let this happen. They are already on their way. Fools. As soon as the Federation ships land, the X will overwhelm them and absorb the knowledge and power of their occupants. The X are just waiting for the hunt to begin, and then they'll spread across the universe. Galactic civilization will end. The X hunger for form, knowledge, and power. They mimic these perfectly, but they cannot copy the soul. They're single-minded, instinctively seeking to increase in number. They're a plague, and the Federation underestimates their threat. The X must not leave here. I must destroy them all before the Federation arrives. This station has a self-destruct mechanism. I must use it to destroy the X here and on the planet. I must send them to oblivion. Them, the station, and myself if I have to. Open the hatch. I have been ordered to confine you until the ships arrive. Don't let them do this. Can't you see what will happen, Adam? Adam? Who is Adam? A friend of mine. And what would this friend advise you to do now? He would know that the only way to end this is to start the self-destruct cycle. He'd know how important it is. Did this Adam care for you? Would he sit in a safe command room and order you to die? You would understand that some must live and some must die. He knew what it meant. He made that sacrifice once. You possibly hope to understand, machine. So he chose life for you, our fair warrior, Samus Aran. Your Adam gave his life so that you might keep yours. For the sake of the universe. How foolish. How dare you? How could you hope to understand, machine? You know that detonating this station in high orbit would not guarantee the complete extinction of the X-parasite, even though the station would be utterly destroyed. You would only succeed in removing the one obstacle to the galaxy's ruin, yourself. You would ignore this simple fact and choose death. When Adam decided who would live, he chose incorrectly. If you were to alter the station's orbit, then you might be able to include the planet in the vaporization field of the self-destruct detonation. You would have to start the propulsion sequence now, before the Federation arrives. Samus, this is your last mission. Go to the operations room and adjust the station's orbit path to intercept SR-388. Then return to your ship and escape. Move quickly and stay alive. That's an order. Any objections, lady? I'm pretty sure I'm not getting 2 hours on this. But it was fun to play through this again. Straight shot. All right. There's no way I screwed around for an hour. But, you know, the bosses all died relatively quickly, so I think it's okay. So it's like a giant version of the thing that it was at first. Oh, that's gone. I guess I don't need any more abilities right now.
Propulsion sequence
Orbit change implemented. 3 minutes to impact.
activated. Destination planet SR 388.
Oh, that is the biggest one of all. Just a freaking Mega Metroid. Oh my god.
2 minutes to destination.
Oh shoot. SX is coming back to assist. Oh, it's on now. Frickin'. That perfect military mind, the wisdom of Adam Malkovich, continued to serve even after death. Until today, I had no idea that the minds of leaders and scientists were frequently uploaded to computers. My incredible reunion with Adam may have saved the universe. Did. But how will the beings of the universe view our resolve? I doubt they will understand what we did. I mean, to be fair, Samus has blown up like 3 planets at this point. The danger we barely averted. They will hold tribunals and investigations. They will hold us responsible. Adam understood this, and he spoke to me in my anger. I mean, since Metroid Dread kind of has Samus doing the same old, I don't really think they held her guilty too much. Do not worry. One of them will understand. One of them must. I have reflected upon his words, and I see the wisdom in them. We are all bound by our experiences. They are the limits of our consciousness. But in the end, the human soul will ever reach for the truth. This is what Adam taught me. Just one detail still bothers me. The ship can only be started manually. Yet before I faced the Omega Metroid, the ship moved on its own, guided by someone's hands. Is it possible? Adam? Lady, what's troubling you? You wonder how I started the ship? Just think about it. They lent me a hand. Alright, we'll wait for the credits to see my time. I love this game. I personally enjoy playing it more than Zero Mission. Like, I think it's more fun. Like, just the way combat works, the way everything works, it's just so much more fun. But, I really enjoy this game. And there's no way in hell I got 2 hours. Special thanks. Alright. This is such a short credit. That's like 30 seconds. Oh, here we go. Leslie Swan. That name sounds real familiar. Satoru Iwata. Rest in peace. All rights including the copyright of the game, scenario, music, and program reserved by Nintendo. Alright, let's see how terribly I did. Despite saying I knew this game better than Zero Mission. Oh my god. Really? What? Are you serious? Are you kidding me? 32%? I had so many items. How the hell is it only 32%? We've been going for 3 hours and 11 minutes. Are you telling me that I lost over an hour of time through dying? Are you serious? How? What takes time? Does the cutscenes not take time? What? What? That doesn't make any sense. I don't understand that. But, cool. I did that in under 2 hours as well. Wow. And just like Zero Mission, you can kind of move the pictures up and down, which, I guarantee somebody spent a lot of time doing. But let me see what other pictures I have, because I've definitely done it. Huh. Oh, that's right. This game doesn't let you see the gallery like Zero Mission does. It's weird. I guess this came out first. I think at the same time as Metroid Prime. But, thank you so much for joining. I know it's a little different than, like, Souls games, but I was a Nintendo kid first, okay? Souls games are fun, but sometimes nothing beats a good old Nintendo classic. But, thank you so much for joining. I've really enjoyed playing this, and, I don't know what I'm going to play next. We'll see, but thank you so much for joining, and until next time, stay bizarre.